All right. Hey, welcome again, everybody. Um, we're going to go through kind of some of our coursework and connect that with some of the stuff in the syllabus here. So, without further ado, let's go down in our syllabus. We've already covered the kind of opening and online OneNote stuff. But here you'll see course material, Sutori, this funny, weird word. Um, and this is it's a program. It's a really great, again, very easy to use program, maybe easier to use than OneNote even, that we're going to do. That's kind of like the catch-all place for our documents and videos and stuff, as well as the tool you guys are going to use to do your final project. So we'll head on over there. You can just like log in with a free account. Um, I've paid for it, so it doesn't cost you anything. They're of course a new startup company, so some features are still uh, wanting to be found. I For some reason it won't let me organize by title. So you can start at one. It's an introduction. There's just some things in here, some thoughts about the world. But where we'd start for our course would be in number two right here. You just click on that, or back to our syllabus. If before you even get down here to the page that says Satori, you can click on one of these links in the syllabus, and it should take you straight to that specific Satori board. I'm still editing and re-editing these from last semester when I actually had them combined in larger blocks. So if you're like going ahead, just know that they're very there's a lot of work and maintenance I'm doing on them along the way, but that you will as well. You'll join me in that. So one of the first things you want to do when you get in here is, you'd click login or, um, uh, actually, we'll look at what that looks like. Can I log out? Well, that might be more complicated. There we go. Log out. So you can log in a bunch of different ways. I'm going to log in right here with my Office 365 account, which is what my Microsoft OneNote is also registered to. So I'm in now, and now that I'm registered, I'm going to go back to that link that I originally clicked on from the syllabus. That would take me here. And you'll see some options. Oops, complete those. Okay. Uh, Obviously, I've got some work to do on this. Students. I can see my students in here. And I think you'd go to a page that would say teacher. And I can't integrate with our with Canvas in terms of auto adding you guys. But you can add yourself very easily if you go to the teacher tab and under teacher just type in this code right here that's in your OneNote. And it'll add you as my student. And if you're here, you could see, well, let's see here. I can go over here and say, let's see what they're doing. They didn't create a story yet, so nothing in terms of a group project. I don't know if that student actually even finished the class. I don't know who I even clicked on, but I can also go here and say view stats. And in here, it'll give me some of the stats about what's in the content, but it'll also show me who has been on here and for how long they've been on. So this is how we're going to do attendance. Are you on Sutori, how much time are you logging and how much interaction are you doing with the content there? Are you clicking on videos in there to watch them? Not everything is going to be mandatory, but you'll learn to navigate what is super important and what's more like supplemental, because there's both in here. If we're talking about the KKK in 1866 starting, or the KKK kind of rebirth in the 19 teens, I might embed the entire film by Griffith, Birth of a Nation, where the Klan are like the heroes. It's an epic kind of well-known film. I don't expect everybody to watch that, certainly not in its entirety, right? It's like a 3.5 hour movie. If you're into film, you should probably do it at some point. It's kind of a chore though. So obviously that's not like expected coursework, but I might have something in there that's like 20 or 30 minutes long that's on the history of, flight and the Wright brothers and the race to space, airspace. That's like 20 or 30 minutes long. And that's probably like, you should watch that, read that, watch that right there. There'll be some reading links in there, and I want you to read as well. It engages our mind in a different way. But, the links, to videos are really like the bulk of our content here. So we'll watch a few together, on Zoom, and even maybe integrated into like a recorded video I do like this, but that's where you're going to get a lot of, not just the like bullet point information like you'll get in Wikipedia or on your like OneNote notes, but you'll get the understanding, the context, the behind things that you would otherwise not get from just a short reading kind of dry description. So, and then sometimes there'll be stuff in there that I might have 2 or 3 things in there on the same thing. So like the sinking of the Titanic or the Federal Reserve getting started, something that there's different opinions and different ways to look at those 2 things. So I might post 2 shorter kind of side-by-side things that are coming at it from 2 different angles. Or I might post several videos kind of just coming at it wherever we can on things that are complicated and students, not just students, everybody has a hard time understanding, like the Federal Reserve. So I might have 3 or 4 or 5 videos there. If you get it after the first one or the second one, you don't feel like obliged to keep watching those. That's more just like, hey, instead of reading the same thing over again, you can read it, view it with new information from a new way, with a different producer. So I find that helpful for me learning, because that's how I'll do it. I'll go looking around and gather information and opinions and whatnot, and then try to come to like a reasonable, rational conclusion based on the evidence. And so we'll be doing a lot of that in our course. Back to Sutori, doing that in here in this material is going to be probably where we'll do more of it than I have done before, because I'm used to more in-person class time. So we'll figure out what that looks like in here, about like kind of battling out evidence and trying to like come to conclusions on stuff. But you'll find that you'll leave this class with way more questions than you came in with. So if you're looking for, I'm going to get all the answers and just know things more, yeah, you will. But when you know things more, JFK said in his on the moon landing speech, he said, the more we know and have come to know, the greater we realize our ignorance is. Like, the greater we realize how little we do actually know. And that's learning. So here we're gonna be doing that together on Sutori. Let me hop back over there. If you watched the OneNote video already, I already kind of talked about I'll be working on this the next week, cleaning it up. Some of these things, so this is one of those things, and you could probably tell right from the get-go that this is not mandatory. Neither is this warfare sound effect. These are things for like, oh, I can just really kind of sink into this history.
Trench warfare was born from 3 years of bloody
so I've done this already. So he kind of does the description, and then it's literally like a 3D video Civil War reenactment with like a kind of accurate trenches, and they'll tell you like what the different people are doing. And you can spend as much time in that as you want to, or as little. It's kind of just meant to go like, hey, why don't you get in and start exploring things? And as I already showed you in the notes video, when we come across something that you're like, oh, I don't understand that, or I don't get that, or maybe something like this that's a video without, or a picture without a description, and you're like, well, what's going on here? Because there's often these political cartoons in history, and so you could try to research that and put something in right here. So not only just engaging like viewing material, but actually engaging in it, writing comments when you're like, hey, what the heck was that, or I don't get this, or wow, that was amazing, is great. This is also a fantastic place to go, oh my gosh, I saw a video like that about that thing by this person over here, or kind of related, and you can go grab it and put it right in here. And this is how easy it is. You just hover your mouse above the center line, and click plus, and you can add all kinds of things. You can put a heading. On ours, don't put the headings. I'll do the headings on ours. But on your projects, you can add headings. You can add this. It's just a box for text that you could write in. You can put a hyperlink to anywhere, and sometimes it'll even embed it a little bit. You can even make little multiple choice or matching quizzes if you wanted to. You can put an image with a bar underneath it, like you can just do all the writing in. Kind of the same thing for a video, or an audio file, or just a file that you might have. So let's just say I had a great YouTube video and I'm like, I want to add that. Okay, well, so here's YouTube. I can actually just search for it. I'll say, let's keep going with raccoons. All right. Oh, he eats grapes with his little hands. Let's do that one. And boom, there it is. So I could just say raccoons. Oh, there we go. It keeps. Yay. And then I can come down here and I could change the size of my. I could actually make this like a big title in here. And start writing text normally down here and say, the history of America. You know. So this, you can see how easy this is. It's very like drag and drop. So even you just adding stuff in here, because that's another one of the things that I feel like we'll miss online that we have in in-person classes, is that kind of synergy of like, oh my gosh, I saw something like that, and the kind of give and take sharing that we do in class. So we can do that here. And if we are talking on Zoom and somebody says, oh, I've got this, we might be able to pull it up and watch it and screen share right there in the moment. But you can also go drop this in here. And I also think I'm going to have a links tab in our OneNote group group notes for things that we want to share that are not necessarily needed to go into our notes or maybe even into Sutori, but just, things that we want to share. So that's that. We're going to, like I said, I'll clean this up and we're going to just start working our way through this material. And there's a lot in here because I've let the past year of students just collaboratively add to this, and I haven't cleaned it up at all, and it's gotten messy. So a lot of stuff needs to be condensed and just kind of highlighted. I might come up with like a color scheme in here where I'll highlight something red. And that's like, okay, you have to watch this, and maybe something else like that would be a red one. These oversimplified videos for understanding wars are very good, very helpful. But I might find something less. Well, look, way back up at the top here, right? I saw. I did not put this picture in here, so I'm not responsible for it in that way. But Industrial Revolution. Please, sir, we are starving. Fuck my arm. Okay, so this is not mandatory viewing, so I might just put this as like, hey, this is yellow. This is random. This is just random stuff. If I do, I'll let you know what colors I choose for what. That might be the easiest way to kind of make this more manageable and not overwhelming because there's obviously a lot of stuff on here. So I'm going to reduce the amount of stuff, but also probably come up with a scheme for staying on the right path. If you come over here to this guy, see that little pop out thing on the side right here. We can go then down by year. They're all connected, so if you're just scrolling down, you're good. You're not going to miss anything. But here we are, 1869. So you can see how long that is. That's a lot of stuff there. But right away, the Transcontinental Railroad is complete. This is a huge one. Probably even learned about this back in high school history class. So, we'll do red for that. Like, read this, know this one, put notes about this in your OneNote. We've got them. I've got them broken up by. This one goes far too far, so this one will end at 1877, and then the next board we're going to do here would be 3, and that should pick up at 1877. 1877 to 1890. So you can see it starts off the exact same. So I have to come in here and edit all this, but I already have kind of the base of things in here for 1877. I got a lot of stuff running on my computer right now. It's a little slow. Now it's loading everything. So the Compromise of 1877. Yeah, this is really big, really important. And we could even maybe take all this information and throw it in here. All of this could just go in here under one thing. So if I went in here and just Control A, select all, Control C, copy, and then come back over here. Control V, paste. There we go. Boom. Already more manageable. So you guys can see how this works. It's very, very easy to navigate. You can write questions right in there. And I can see just how much time you're spending on here. And here's the thing, you have to make sure that you're logged in when you go onto Sutori, because I think I made mine public, so you can just view them, but it will not register that you're on here. So register, add me as the teacher, and then come on here, and then I'll see your activity, and you'll get course credit. Okay. I think that's all, guys. I will see you soon.